We see a lot of comments referencing the land grab or land swap. Can you explain what properties are getting swapped and what they'll be if this agreement goes through as planned?
So land swap is a phrase that relates to the project from a couple of years ago. In this instance, really what we're doing is purchasing property is being purchased from us. So the properties in question would be the 3rd Street Wharf, about 2.5 acres the city would purchase from MartDoc. The Fisherman's Landing Campground would be purchased by MartDoc from the city, and then the city would also purchase 25 acres of the Verplank property to the northeast of Fisherman's Landing. Once the purchases are complete and the redevelopments are done, we will have a public park at the Verplank property, which will be about 25 acres. That will include the river estuary work that will be done to restore the estuary in that area and preserve wetlands. Most likely that will end up being a passive park where folks will be able to walk through trails, boardwalks, to fishing piers and things of that nature that allow for the enjoyment of that property while not disturbing the wetlands and the estuary that we are working hard to preserve there. The Fisherman's Landing Campground would become an active port, and then the 3rd Street Wharf area will be a promenade and small park area connecting to the Terrace Point Pier, where folks will be able to walk from the center of downtown at 3rd and Western up the 3rd Street corridor to the water. Over time, this will also facilitate the redevelopment of the MartDoc property, which will include additional public access.
Why move port operations to Fisherman's Landing?
This has been in the city's master plan and the Imagine Muskegon Lake plan for more than 30 years, and we started this process almost 40 years ago of consolidating port operations. There's a couple of reasons to do this. One, there's large port operations on the east side of the lake already. There is proximity to US 31, easy access for both north and southbound traffic there without going through the city. And you have a rail yard adjacent to that site that if you were to expand rail use for shipping activities, it would be easier to do in that rail yard than in other areas of the city, including where MartDoc is currently.
Does this agreement benefit MartDoc more than a general city resident or visitor?
I don't think so, because right now the Fisherman's Landing Campground, although it's publicly owned, it is a pay-for-use behind a fence, and so therefore the number of people who are able to use that is limited. The plan that we're putting forward increases public access to Muskegon Lake. It more than doubles the amount of foot frontage that the city owns on Muskegon Lake and increases the acreage that we own on Muskegon Lake. So at the end of the day, we will be having more higher quality public access for everyone on Muskegon Lake than what we currently do at this time. We're also not losing the launch ramp, we're not losing the fish cleaning station and the bathrooms and other amenities there at Fisherman's Landing that are used by folks that use the launch ramp. Will MartDoc and West Michigan Dock benefit from this change? Absolutely. Are they the only winners in this? Absolutely not.
People were asking, how will this project actually connect the waterfront to downtown?
So when we talk about connecting downtown to the waterfront, what we're talking about is really two things. The 3rd Street Wharf area, which if you're standing at 3rd and Western at the roundabout and looking towards the water, that's the 3rd Street Wharf, that view shed you have out into Muskegon Lake. You'll be able to walk from the corner of 3rd and Western down about a 5-minute walk to the water, and then you can continue along the water and out to the Terrace Point Pier. So you'll have this nice connection from the downtown that anybody can enjoy. We're also talking about the reimagining of MartDoc proper, and that's where the LST currently is and the historic arena building on the site. The site will be redeveloped to mixed-use, multi-story buildings that will expand the business corridor of the downtown and the commerce of the downtown and the city to the lakefront in a way that we've not been able to do before.